Hello, good afternoon, Dianne.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yes, I was gonna say that, I'm here with Dianne, the singer, but actually, I think artist is more appropriate because, I've seen some of your jewelry creations, for example, and that's really, really cool.
Oh,
Um,
thanks.
yeah, I really love it. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, two things. One is that whenever I went out to buy a necklace that would like complement my outfit or just lift it up, and really be a statement.
Yep.
There was nothing I could find, and nowadays it's really in fashion to wear statement jewelry. But when I started looking for them, they weren't on the market yet. So what better way than to start creating them, making them yourself? So I did. With which I want to say that I already created jewelry before I made the transition to start doing it with guitar strings and guitar strings, and nowadays also cymbals.
Okay, so that was a bit of a passion of yours beforehand.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yes, but then when I started touring with Xandria, I wanted to connect it a bit more to music, to really, tie everything together. And at one point I saw the guys were stringing their guitars and throwing away their strings, and I was like, wait, this could be like it,
Yeah. It's even good for the earth. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it instantly hit me, and I just loved the idea that this was something that already had a story. So that I can tell the one who purchases to where it's been and who performed on it, and you can find so much stuff online. You can look it up and see which songs they performed during that show, and it's the perfect souvenir.
It makes it really personalized, doesn't it?
It really does. And at this moment, there are 3 people for which I'm designing custom jewelry that they want to give to their loved ones and get engaged with.
Wow.
So
that must feel great,
so awesome,
yeah.
Because the strings I now have, they visited one of the shows, for example, Epic.
Yep.
And for them, it's so special, or other people met each other during a concert, and now they get engaged with a ring that I made from strings from the band on which concert they met one another.
That's great. I love the entrepreneurial spirit.
Me too, and I love that I get so close to these people, and I'm kind of part of their happiness.
Yeah, that's great. And I saw that you also did a business plan before as well, so I think you know your way around this kind of stuff a little bit.
Maybe.
Have you shared this passion of creating things with also your singing? Or did the singing come first?
Singing has always been first, yes.
Yeah.
I received my first singing lessons when I was 4 years old, very young. It was a birthday present from my parents. They discovered from a very early age that I really had a connection to music.
Yeah.
That it did something to me. When I could not even stand on my 2 little legs. I was just at home being a baby, and whenever they turned on the music or the radio, I just fell silent and I was listening. So it was very clear to my parents that there was a connection.
Yeah. And
the first chance they got to give me musical education, they did.
Yeah.
And so it all started when I was 4, and I had singing lessons up till I graduated from my master's. And that was 25 years later.
Excellent. So what did your parents say when you told them that you're going to sing for a heavy metal band?
Well, actually, I think they're the cause of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my mother was into classical music, but my father listened to the Stones and the Doors and the Dire Straits, Deep Purple.
I love Dire Straits.
And me too. This was like Sunday fun.
Yeah.
Every Sunday morning, the Dire Straits were on the vinyl, actually. And I would just dance through the living room and sing along. And Dire Straits and Simon and Garfunkel. And I think this is where the crossover was born.
Okay.
Because for me, it just comes very natural to have and the classical side and the more heavy part.
Yeah, that's great because you take influence from both sides and you're able to make it into your own sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to forge anything. It just it's part of me, I think.
Exactly, and then I think it's wonderful that you have the theory side of it as well. Doing your master's degree. So, what really got you to do your master's? Was it a passion to just learn more as much as possible, to just be the best singer you can be?
Oh yeah. I finished my bachelor, and I really felt that it wasn't finished. I still feel that I am not finished, but I don't have the time to do a full education anymore.
Yeah, you must have a really busy schedule then.
At the moment, yes, it's quite hectic.
So how did you get to singing with Xandria?
They were already in the studio here in the Netherlands, working with producer Joost van den Broek, who also did the Theater of Dimensions album.
Mm-hmm.
And they were already even doing recordings when Manuela decided that it wasn't for her anymore.
Yeah.
So it was quite late in the process.
Yeah.
Which left me with a short time window, and it was actually Joost who came up with me. They had a few names written down which they would ask if they were interested, and Joost said, "Why don't you ask Dianne?"
Okay.
And they checked me out, and I checked them out, obviously.
Yeah.
And I went up to Bielefeld to meet the boys, because for me it was a really firm condition that we really had to connect. Because if we didn't like one another or have like a musical click, then I shouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess history has shown that we do get along.
Yeah, excellent.
I also really think that you can see this on stage, because I remember one of the last shows we did, we were having so much fun, and Philip and I constantly trying to make one another laugh so that we can't perform anymore. And he managed, actually. So there's this one moment, I don't know if it's on tape, must be somewhere on YouTube.
So
you hear me singing, and all of a sudden it's like,
it goes a bit wild with laughter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, because the band camaraderie is so important, especially to have that drive to keep going and really enjoy yourself on stage.
It is because it's hard for people who are not in the business to understand, but everything surrounding the on-stage moment can be so tough. Mm-hmm. Like schedules, travel schedules. If you have tours where there's only sleeping hours of 4 to 5 hours, this is really exhausting.
It must be tiring, yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Great. So I was going to ask about touring. You're going to Tunisia soon.
We are, first time.
So wow, that's pretty exciting. What are your thoughts on that?
It's the same thing every time we visit a new country. I just leave my mind open, blank page, and I'll see it when I get there. There are so many assumptions you can make, and it just clouds your. I don't know.
Be an open book. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because I visited so many countries, and every time I thought, it's gonna be like this, it never was.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like to go there and take everything in. And,
Excellent. Have you ever toured India as well?
India, yes.
Oh, excellent. How was that?
Traffic is crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
People say that Paris, France is crazy, but in Paris they're just lazy drivers compared to India.
Yeah. Were you touring there, or were you just going for fun?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But no, for fun. No, we had a concert in Hyderabad.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the south, basically.
Oh wow, cool. I haven't been there yet. I went myself this December, and I agree. Crazy traffic. But I went for an Indian wedding, and it was wonderful. Yeah. A lot of heavy metal fans there, actually, too.
True, really devoted fans.
Yeah.
And awesome food.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, wow. I never order Indian food now again in the Netherlands because it just doesn't live up to the real stuff.
It doesn't compare, no. Definitely not. Especially, I don't know, can you handle spicy food then?
Well, not really. It can be a little bit spicy, but as soon as in India, again, it's much too heavy for us European people.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, if we just order non-spicy, it's spicy enough.
Just some naan bread and you're good to go.
Oh, but this naan bread is like, I really stocked up on carbs on the
I can imagine, yeah, me too. So good.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to singing. Oh man, we're getting off topic.
Oh yeah.
One question I was going to ask you is, if you could do a duet with anybody, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Dead.
Well, they would be alive at this point in time.
Yeah. Voices might be a bit dusty.
Exactly. The dry vocal cords.
Yeah. Oh, now I can go totally into a technical vision on how to hydrate them.
Yeah.
But let's not. I think I would have to go for living. Might be a bit boring, but actually I would love to ever, if you would ever know I exist, sing a duet with Damien Rice.
Oh, interesting choice. How come?
Because as soon as this guy just opens his throat and lets his voice ring, it's pure magic.
Yeah.
To me, this is someone who always sings from the emotion. And it's never fake. He's always storytelling, but not per se to tell you a story like you now, but it really because he lives the story and makes you part of it.
And do you try to take that as well, a little bit of inspiration from that when you are on stage as well?
I do. In my own way, I think, because of course with a classical background you portray emotions differently.
Yeah.
But I just love these kinds of singers who can really do it, make it so pure and honest.
Yeah, I love that. One of my favorite artists is Leonard Cohen.
For example, yes, he's well up in that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when you're at home, I guess you listen to different styles of music. You're not always listening to metal.
No, not always. I listen to a lot of singer-songwriters. For inspiration.
Yeah.
But also because it calms me. Whenever I listen to metal, especially symphonic metal, it feels like work.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're living and breathing that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. So I can't relax when I listen to that.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Cool. So tell me about the new Xandria album a little bit. So, Theater Dimensions it's coming out at the end of this month, isn't it?
It is. Well, actually, 2 weeks I think now, the 27th of January, and I'm so excited. I think this is
great.
Our best album so far. It's kind of mean, maybe, for me to say that, because I'm not on every album. I don't mean it like this.
Yeah.
I think we've matured, and I think we found a way to produce our sound much better.
Yeah.
We had Joost van den Broek, who is our producer. He was much more involved. Also in songwriting, we really teamed up with the three of us. So Joost, Marco, and me.
Okay.
And from a very early stage on, we focused on where my voice should be.
Interesting.
So I don't know if you're a musician yourself, but if you compare tonalities,
I own a set of bongos,
Oh, well, that's a lot. Harmonic is good.
Go ahead.
If you would compare tonalities of this album to the other albums, you will find that there's much more diversity, which we did because my voice just blossoms in a different way that the other singers did. Okay. And we took that into account much more, and I think that really shows on the album. Next to that, we've grown, I think, from experience, but also from the input that Joost gave. We were able to stack every instrument much more carefully, and with that create much more transparency.
Yeah.
And the music just hits you in a very organic way.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear this. You're making it sound fantastic.
But it is fantastic.
Oh man, it's really good to hear you're so excited about it, because I'm sure it's going to come out through the next live shows you're going to do in Germany, and I wish I could be there. It sounds like it's going to be a blast from what you're saying.
I'm so much looking forward to it.
That's great. So did you contribute to the lyrics as well? Because I know you do a little bit of poetry.
I do. I love poetry. Actually, my favorite is Edgar Allan Poe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with
I am familiar.
I read a lot of Poe and Oscar Wilde to get inspired. They are both kind of dark, so obviously that fits on music.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, I wrote half the lyrics and Marco wrote the other half.
Mm-hmm.
I've been writing poetry from a very early age on, and also for my other band, Xandria, progressive metal band from the Netherlands. I write all lyrics, so I'm really familiar with writing lyrics. And well, next to being familiar, I also know best which sounds fit my voice best.
Yes.
In high notes, in low notes, so I really take that into account. So yes.
Given your training, that's really cool.
Lyrics are written by me, and I'm so much looking forward to sing those songs.
Oh wow! Is there any particular themes that you think about when you're writing? And how does it go? Do the lyrics come first, or how do you build it into the song?
It's first the music and vocal lines that kind of goes hand in hand,
yes.
And the lyrics are written down later.
Mm-hmm.
Separate music. For me, Marco is more about writing about the real world or about the fantasy world, and I really love to dive into my into my being, I think, and write about not so much things, but more like
the self, maybe.
Yeah. For example, the very first song on the album is called "Where the Heart Is Home."
Yeah.
And this sheds a light on the other side of touring, the side you cannot imagine is there if you didn't do it.
Yeah, because you mentioned now everything outside the performances can be really tough, right?
Yeah, because sometimes it's really hard to leave home. For example, we've had it now very recently. That some of us have home situations where not that nice things are happening, parents or loved ones are sick and you have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then it really feels, and that's how I describe it, like having to cut your heart out and leave it at home. So you give it to your loved ones and you say, I'm still with you, and
I'll be back for my heart.
Love is still there, and keep it safe, because then you know for sure that I will return. So the chorus says, bridges may burn, heavens might fall down, I will return, I will be homebound. So it's wherever we go, it doesn't matter, I'm always en route back.
Wow, that's great. I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear the song now. Perfect. Dan, you've been lovely. Thank you so much. Any places to reach your band online? Are you mainly active on Facebook, Twitter, or other social media?
Oh God, we have so much.
Yeah.
But I think
it's good business practice.
Yes, Facebook is the main page.
Okay.
And also for my jewelry, it's also on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So Facebook/Precious Metal Jewelry. That's where you can find my creations.
Excellent. Wow. Great. Well, it's been a real pleasure.
Likewise.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me.
Yes, of course.
Lovely. And I hope I can catch Xandria on tour soon.
That would be awesome. Yes, I think we have some dates in the UK planned.
Yeah?
They're not released yet, but I've seen them come out.
That sounds good. Yeah, I guess you guys will be touring in support of the new album. So
Yes.
yeah, I only saw 4 tour dates up there, so I was wondering where did they all go. But yes, hopefully I'll see you in the UK. I'll swing by and say hello.
Cool. Please do. Please do.
Great. Thanks, Diana.
Thank you also for your time and have a very nice day.
And you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.